we have the opportunity to have more conversations with more institutions, can be a little bit more creative than your standard SBA that's going to be out there, that the stimulus package has offered. And so those are the things that we're seeing right now, and gives us the opportunity maybe to get more as far as loans created for these small businesses that need it the most done, versus just sitting in a stack on top of an office desk in the bank. And so that we have an opportunity to create a little bit more opportunity.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing when you look at what the banks are saying right now.
Right.
I was reading something. It said that on the first day, within the first 10 minutes, they had over 20,000 applications submitted.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Which,
absolutely. And the institution I was talking to this morning had, has over 200,000 applications, and there's no way that, even a national institution like this could just process that, and really be able to be efficient with that. And so, we're continue to see that just with all the people that's, if it's short-term lending, if it's refinancing, if it's whatever it might be, there's so many businesses, especially in the hospitality, the restaurant, the hotel, that need these loans that, with so many people applying for them, it's going to be very, very difficult, if at all, to obtain one of these.
I have a real hard question for you. For those who qualify or go through, how long do you think that process is going to take before that cash is in the business owner's end?
Right. I'm hearing, 60, 90, 120 days, and that's not going to do good for any of these businesses. When you're looking that far out, these businesses need these injections now, sooner than later. And, getting money in August and September, I don't know how much good that's going to be, depending on how everything turns out here. So it's tough, because, it's something that some of these businesses need, and yeah, it's available, but it's, even if you qualified, like I mentioned, with some of these institutions, they're just so overwhelmed. It could take months and months to get what these businesses need.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing that. But
Yeah.
For GMG savings,
Yes.
my understanding is that we have quite a number of programs that can help business owners or hoteliers or restaurant owners that could be a little bit faster than that. Would that be correct? Would that be
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, not only with corporate lending, but our engineered cost segregation can create a immediate cash flow within 30 days, and I know we've been doing some of these as quick as 2 weeks. So that can influx a big cash flow, which are going to help these businesses. And our savings programs that we do can start saving money, because even though businesses are shut down, they're still doing business. Most restaurants are still doing takeout and things of that nature. So they're still taking credit cards, and they're still doing a lot of stuff. We can create savings for them there. And what I've seen so far with some of the lending that we've done, we can turn around in a shorter time than your regular people, just because we have access to so many different type of lenders.
I got it. So now I'm going to ask you about the cost segregation you mentioned a few minutes ago.
Yep.
But before that, if someone wanted to take a look at the different loan options that GMG offers, what would be the first step to getting that done?
Yeah, it's a very simple process. If it's something that they're interested in, they're looking in, we just fill out a short a page-and-a-half form, just wanting the details. Hey, how much are you looking for? What is it for? The type of loan, or if it's a refinance or a bridge loan, short-term loan, those things of that nature. It's a short page-and-a-half form that goes directly to our Director of Finance, Mark McKay. He reviews that within a 24-hour period. If he thinks that we can do something, and it's something that we're look at, we'll schedule a call. And if we get that going, it's then he'll just request everything that he would need, documents, paperwork, and he'll get that thing moving right ahead. He's very, very, very efficient and on top of those type of things. So it's very, very easy process to submit to us.
Okay. Well, for those of you who's watching this a little bit later, if you have any questions in regards to anything we discuss here, you can either send me a direct message or a private message, or just type it in the comment section, and we'll get back with you with a realistic answer. Now, we talked about the federal incentives, which falls into the cost segregation. Would you kind of explain that process or what it
Right.
is for people?
Sure. So, the engineered cost segregation is for anybody that's owns a property, a commercial property that have had it within the last 20 years, going back to 20 years. Our minimum threshold is right around 500K. So any property that's more than 500K. And we also look at renovations as well. And for clients that maybe lease a property, we also can look at leasehold improvements of more than 250K. So basically what cost segregation is commercial properties are depreciated over a 39-year period. So we take a small portion of that and put it into a shorter period of time, a shorter life. And we do that because we all know that, let's just say, carpeting and plumbing and HVACs and heating, they're not going to last 39 years. So why depreciate them over 39 years? So we put a lot of the things that we know that are going to have a shorter life into a shorter period, thus creating cash flow. Usually about 70% of that stays in long-term depreciation, so you don't lose that as well. So this creates a time value of money. You want to wait 39 years, or do you want some of that money now to help you? And especially, again, in the times we're in now, it's a great way to take advantage of freeing up some cash flow for the business owner.
Okay, is that a lengthy process?
Not at all. Basically, we just need a depreciation schedule, your most recent depreciation schedule. We'll do our what we call a feasibility study, and we'll show that to you. And more times than not, we can get it done within 30 days.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. And on average, what are the savings that we find between the cost segregation, the workers' comp, and all the other stuff that we do? On average, what would be?
Well, I'll start with an average just on the cost sake, especially when we were talking about, again, as I mentioned earlier, hotels and restaurants being one of our top industries that we work with. What we see on average with them is usually, and this is just cost segregation, but usually about 200,000 and more, depending on where you're at in the country, obviously, but our average is about 200K in savings and benefits just with the cost segregation. So right there, I know that can help a lot of hotel owners and restaurants right now, very much so. So that's usually the average around there, what we see on a consistent basis. And if you live in areas like California and Florida and different New York and places, it's going to be more just because of the real estate is going to be a little bit more. So great opportunity to be able to take advantage of that now and put that into place.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, just before I ask you one more question, I know you've been working all day. If anyone is watching this and they have some questions, and we also offer something that's called a free analysis that will lead into the cost seg and the different things that we can help you save money on. My phone number is going to be posted with this video, but it is 239-250-7691. That's my cell phone number directly. So if you have any questions and any of this is a little bit more confusing to you and you want some more information, call me and we set up something, and I'll call Chad and see if we can find a time that's good for all of us to get together so you can see what the possibilities are. Is that okay with you, Chad?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, good. Now, during our training earlier this week, I think we talked about hiring incentive, federal hiring incentives. Can you just kind of cover that for us? That'll be the last thing we talk about.
Sure, sure. Yeah, the Workers' Opportunity Tax Credit is available. We help businesses implement this into their onboarding process. It's a very easy process to do with our back office portal. That's real time and streamlined. Basically, as far as the employer, the business concern is they would put in the information of the new employee, potential employee, name, phone number, email. A survey goes out to them, and they answer about 7 to 10 questions, depending on the situation, to see if they would qualify for a benefit. Our average benefit ranges at $2,400, goes up all the way up to $9,600 if there was a veteran, and it's different things that they look at as far as the state workforce. It's how you been out of have you been out of work for a longer period of time. You just coming out of school looking for a job. If it's older person that needs some work, if it's somebody that's maybe been in trouble in the past, things of that nature is what we look at and see if we can qualify. So we're really one of the few in the country that has real time. You'll know exactly what the potential employee would get with regards to a credit. And the back office portal is very easy to use. We walk you through it. It's very cost effective. And again, for the employer to use, it's very simple, and they could add, most hospitality businesses, restaurants or hotels are huge from that, because there tends to be more turnover in those industries. And so if you're hiring a lot of people, these credits and benefits could add up pretty significantly.
Okay, did you say that the range is between 2,400 per employee?
That's that's the average. That's the average, all the way up to $9,600. But
Okay.
our average that we see on a regular basis is about 2,400 per employee.
So for a company that's hiring 24 people annually, that could be pretty significant.
Absolutely, absolutely, and especially in the times we're in now, maybe it's a little slower. But once this thing, everything, let's say, gets back to a little bit of normalcy, a lot of these businesses, especially like I mentioned, the hospitality, are going to start hiring, and that can just be a huge benefit to help you get back on your feet. So a great opportunity to really take advantage of it. As I mentioned, very cost effective to put in place as well.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Here's our last question. Basically, we're closing with this. If you knew of a person who owned a hotel
Uh-huh.
or restaurant that's going through these times right now, what advice would you have for them?
Really just be educated on what's out there. And I know a lot of people, when we talk to businesses every day, they don't know what's out there for them to take advantage of. And so, having Lowe to educate, say, hey, look, it's not only just a loan. We can do a lot of other things to put your business in not only good shape now, but moving into the future. And so, letting us, what we do for the last 20 years, educate you guys, educate businesses that we talk to on a day-by-day basis, because most are not taking advantage of it. Letting them know that, everything that we do, the biggest corporations in the world do. Now we're trying to bring it to Main Street, the medium to small business owners that can really utilize and implement this. Over our fourth quarter last year, we brought in $6 billion in savings opportunities for businesses and hotels and restaurants, manufacturers, auto dealerships, like that across the country. And so the savings, the benefits are out there. Just, letting us educate you on things that you might not be aware of. And that's really the biggest thing. And then once we can do that and show you what we can, bring to the table for your business, this is only going to help you now and moving forward.
Okay, well, Chad, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I greatly
Yes,
appreciate your time.
absolutely. Not a problem.
All right, once again, if you have any question and watching the replay of this event, simply just shoot me a DM or a private message, or ask a question in the comment section, and we will get back with you as soon as possible with the right answers. Again, my phone number is 239-250-7691. If you find yourself in the situation where you need to figure out what kind of credits you're eligible for, we are open to doing a free analysis for you. And then we'll sit with Chad for about 15 or 20 minutes and go over what your options are. And then you could see if it makes sense to move toward the next step. Anything else, Chad?
No, that sounds great. That sounds great. I look forward to, especially in this time of need, look forward to, helping out, the hotel owners and restaurant owners to put them in a good position to keep the lights on, the doors open, and help them through this time and moving forward. That's what we try to do.
All right. Well, once again, thank you for your time. I'll see you tomorrow at 1:30.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Chad.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.